Does he know that we can hold everything to him until this meeting? He's not getting someone to do it. Whose turn is it to do the prayer? It's her. It's not her. She's one. You're two. Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Commissioner Bloomer, Brian Mon are present with Miles Davidson filling in for Commissioner Covey. And I'll lead us in it was properly posted July 28th. I'll lead us in the prayer and pledge. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the opportunity to get together and conduct the people's business. We thank you for the rain and the cooler temperatures, and we appreciate the chance for our employees to go out and work and serve the public, but we'll ask that you put a guiding hand on their safety. In your name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of both July 18th and July 25th?
I'll move we approve our minutes.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the claims? Buttons. Okay. Now a motion for the claims?
I'll move we approve our claims.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there any change to the blanket? No change.
I'll move we approve our blanket.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any individual consideration for the consent docket?
I'll move we approve our consent docket.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
District 1.
Yes, I wanted to bring this item up just to give us time to discuss the Citizens Oversight Committee. I know that the three of us have probably had a lot of discussions with our folks and people in our district and people on CJAC and members of the jail trust. So I just wanted to put this item on here so that we could have some public discussion about maybe how many members might be on it, how we want to appoint members, and that sort of thing. So that was my purpose in putting this on here.
Okay. You have suggestions for a number?
Put me on there.
I feel like 7 is a good number. I think 9 might be acceptable as well, but I think anything more than that
You have preference?
gets a little big.
Commissioner Calvi has a preference.
It's just, I certainly don't want it too big, because it becomes cumbersome hitting the quorums
Right.
and such. And the individuals that I envision being appointed to this, it's a lot of schedules to juggle
Yeah.
as far as number. So I was thinking more 5 to 7, 7 being max for me. But
Okay.
as
Well,
far as number,
I can go with 7. Do you want to make that a motion?
Do you all know how many members serve on the larger MAPS committee, not the subcommittees?
I don't know, but I did ask for the city to send me over a copy of the resolution for us to model, which Craig Freeman did.
Okay.
But they do not use bylaws. They adopt Robert's Rules of Order for their operating procedure. So that's one reason why I hadn't put this item on, because I told you I would go and explore it, but I just got confirmation late last week that that's what they use.
Okay.
Because I was going to put a boilerplate template on for us to kick around, but that's not going to be necessary. There is no template to model after, so if we decide to go with something different than Robert's Rules, then we would have to adopt bylaws.
Okay.
But they said that's what they use on every single one of their oversight committees.
Okay.
None of them have
Interesting.
bylaws.
Okay.
And then they elect their leader among themselves.
And I know on MAPS, obviously council is much larger than our body, and I think each member of council gets an appointee on the larger MAPS committee. Is that correct? Does anyone know how that works?
I have the resolution, but I don't have it in front of me.
Okay.
But I have it I can have it sent to your office.
Okay. Do you all have a preference on how we appoint members, or, if each of us gets an appointee and then we have 4 at large? Or I know that's how we did it with the jail trust a couple years ago, where each of us got our own appointee and then we had 4 members that we voted on as a group.
That's what I was kind of envisioning. Do you have any input at all from Commissioner Calvi?
that works for the trust itself. It worked pretty well. I'd kind of like to see the resolution from the city before we got too far into this. I mean, if we're trying to model this after the maps,
Right.
we went out and sold this to the public as after maps. Let's get that in our hands. Let's bat this around in policy and governance, and then they can bring suggestions forward. That would be probably the best.
I think we can go ahead and have a motion today, though, that we're going to agree that it's 7, so
Okay.
that they know the parameters for which they're working. Is that fair?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Miles, when is your next policy and governance committee scheduled?
16 August. There you go.
Okay, so 2 weeks. Okay.
And by that time, I mean, I know that our office has had people reaching out to us about people that want to
Same.
serve.
Yeah.
Our office has also reached out to other individuals that we thought would be good at this. I would suggest doing the same from each other office, so when August 16th rolls around, policy and governance has a clear roadmap of how to do this. We can get moving with that oversight committee ASAP.
Okay.
So.
And I do want to clarify for the folks watching that this is I've gotten a lot of questions. How is this different from the citizen board that the jail trust has appointed? And that group makes recommendations to the jail trust. So this will be a separate citizen advisory board that oversees just the construction of the new detention center, not the current detention center or the jail trust. This is specifically for the construction of the new detention center. So I will move on item 14, that our Citizen Advisory Board will be comprised of 7 members.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion on that item? All right, we will move forward, and I'll have my office send both of your offices the bylaws, or the resolution from the city.
Thank you.
Okay, item 15 is the audit report from the state auditors. This is to receive it and authorize my signature for the report.
I'll move to receive.
Second.
And authorize.
Oh, I'll move to receive and authorize.
Okay. Second for that?
Yep.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we had a internal control over the compliance, which we've talked about before. And so this is formal recognition that we are receiving that finding.
Move to receive.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And 17 is authorizing the chairman's signature to apply to the financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30, 22.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
LaDonna, did you want to talk about the fair?
Good morning, Commissioners. Basically, this is for the State Fair Park, and nothing has changed. Our county free fair will be August the 25th through the 27th at the State Fair Park, and that comprises of all the exhibits, and we have a special contest along with the horse show. And then the next item is actually going to be at the Jones, the Don Ramsey Agriculture Center, and that is for our livestock show, which will be September the 9th and 10th. It's all as normal for this year.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve item 18.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And the follow-up item is for the usage of Jones High School for the free fair.
And move to approve item 19.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The assessor has a long-term lease with RK Black for both items 20 and 21.
Okay.
There it goes.
Good. Okay. Is it your preference that we don't move items together? It doesn't matter. Okay. I will move to approve items 20 and 21.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This is an agreement to renew with Deer Oaks, Employee Assistance Program. It's approved by the Budget Board on July 21st. And frankly, item 23 is a renewal agreement with Premise Health, which was also approved by the Budget Board on the same day.
Just making sure we're caught up. Okay, I will move to approve items 22 and 23.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The DA has items 24 and 25. 26 actually belongs under the sheriff, so we'll take that down there. But this is consulting services with Robert Cox of Winston Services for investigation services.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The next one is the consulting services with Jack Ryan and legal liability risk management.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Just for consistency's sake, we can go ahead and take 26. Sheriff, does somebody want to speak to this?
This is our work study program, understanding that we have a Crystal Ray. Currently, we have a student last year that was with us, Miss Diamond. She worked within our agency. It's a great program. School's a great school, and they want their kiddos to be introduced to law enforcement and see how we work, and some of my support. So this continues that.
And I believe, is this sending 4 students?
Beg your pardon?
let's see.
Yes, 4 students. We had
Okay.
1 last year. There'll be 4 this
4,
year.
okay.
Yes.
I was able to tour this school right before the end of the school year, and I was very impressed
Yes, ma'am.
with the amount of work sites that they had placed their students, and every student was heading off to college, and I was very impressed.
You want to know a very positive thing about the work sites they go to?
Sure.
The Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office, the only law enforcement agency represented on that. So
Nice.
I'm very proud to be the catalyst for law enforcement in that respect. So,
Nice.
yes, ma'am.
Well, I will move to approve item 26.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you.
We have a bunch of annual fire agreements with emergency management. Just routine. They include with Deer Creek, Nakoma Park, Hickory Hills, Nawala, and the City of Edmond. Is there a motion to take all 5?
I will move approval of items 27 through 31.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Stacy?
32 is a bridge in District 2. It's at 36th and Harrow Road. This is a change order. ODOT's overseeing the construction for us. $6,957.50. The project is basically complete now. Our portion of that cost will be reflected in the final audit. I don't know how much of it will be charged for. Recommend we pass it.
I'll move the item.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then 33 is establishing authority having jurisdiction over our projects and any commercial projects in our jurisdiction. State Fire Marshal requires this, and that we'll self-perform.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Does the state fire marshal come do inspections of our buildings
No,
on a regular basis?
We'll be doing them
Okay.
ourselves.
Okay.
under this
And then report
agreement.
back?
Yes.
Okay. I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This is a copier contract for facilities.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And do we have HR here for the employees of the month?
We don't, there weren't any submitted to policy and governance, so
Okay. Alrighty, we'll skip that item with no action. Juvenile Bureau. Jamie, we're going to recognize you for your dedication. Well, I want to recognize you. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you. Come on up. I have a resolution to recognize our intake and probation department and the officers that work there. Whereas the National Pretrial Probation and Parole Supervision Week was recognized July 17th through the 23rd to honor community supervision professionals who work to keep communities safe and support the rehabilitative process for justice-involved individuals under their supervision and care. And whereas probation and intake officers focus on youth accountability while supporting them with services targeted for their success, and whereas probation and intake officers work with the courts, local governments, law enforcement, social services, schools, nonprofits, and the community to reduce recidivism, and whereas probation and intake officers utilize a balanced approach by enhancing public safety, holding youth accountable, and providing the guidance and services they need to create a sense of hope. Be it therefore resolved, the Board of County Commissioners of Oklahoma County does hereby express great appreciation for the dedication to service by probation and intake officers of the Oklahoma County Juvenile Bureau.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I will move approval.
second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all very much for what you do.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. Take one.
1, 2, 3. Thank you. We good? You want some more?
Yeah, we're working around you. We're above you.
1, 2.
Okay, Eric.
This first item is a special use permit that was approved by the Planning Commission on the 21st. Essentially what it is, it's a special use permit that's been renewed several times over the years by Legacy Bank as they've come into ownership of the property due to a foreclosure. Essentially what they have there now is a storage of bank property as far as furniture, but also records, and they also have someone living there on the property 24 hours as security. They just are wanting to continue that use there. The only difference between this special use and the previous ones that have been approved is there is no time limit. In the past, the Planning Commission has specified a 3-year time limit. Typically with special use permits, once you have it in place, it's there for the turning of the property until someone wants to do something else. So that's what they're doing in this case.
District 3 have a preference?
Yeah, this is pretty standard. It's been there for quite a while, and there was 0 objections, correct?
Right,
If I
there was no
remember right, so
protest.
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 38 is a erosion control bond that we're returning. In this case, it's a cash bond, so we don't get these very, very often, but once the subdivision is complete, the bond serves as warranty to make sure the erosion control items are functioning like they're supposed to for a year. That year time frame has come and gone, so we're just returning this bond to the developer.
Remind me which development this was. Was this Addington?
This is Alba Court.
Okay. I'll make the motion to release.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, Sheriff, you can take up the rest of the docket.
Okay. 50 is going to be a memorandum of understanding between us and Mount St. Mary to provide 1 school resource officer.
You want to do all of them?
Yes. 40 is going to be for St. Eugene, and that'll be for 1 resource officer as well. In Oklahoma City Public Schools, that will be for 2 resource officers.
Do you know what schools they're at?
Yes,
for
so
OPCPS?
one is going to be at Spencer.
Okay.
The other one is at Rogers.
Okay. I'll move approval of 39, 40, and 41.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And 42 through 45 should be contract renewals that we already have in place. And the first one is going to be for our CAD interface for what officers use, caller aided dispatch. Number 43 is going to be a renewal with us in the Department of Public Safety, and it is access for our OLETs. 44 is going to be a renewal between Unfirst Holdings, and that is for our Fleet Shop towel service. And number 45 is going to be a renewal with Fleet Tracking.
Okay.
I'll move approval of items 42 through 45.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any commissioner comments? District 1?
Last week I was able to attend the National Association of Counties annual meeting in Denver and met a lot of commissioners from other counties doing really interesting and unique things. Some counties are set up very different from ours, and so it's always interesting to hear how their county government is set up and what they're able to do. But I learned a lot about how a lot of these counties are spending their ARPA dollars. And there was a lot of sessions on how to spend them and what other counties have been doing and how to track your kind of your return on investment. So it was a very good conference.
Okay, 3.
Oklahoma lost a couple of giants. We lost Senator Mike Johnson this past weekend, and then Mr. Dick Zayas. He's made a lot of impact here in this county, in this city, and he will certainly be missed.
I ditto that for both. Any new business? Okay, citizens to be heard, Michael Washington.
Greetings, illustrious as always, horseshoe guests here. I want to speak very briefly with all intent not to hold you too long today, because I do have some travels I need to make good on. The Oklahoma Coalition Against People Abuse, where our motto is change your world, and your world will change around you. We've been very, very busy over the course of the last couple of months. And you want to know why? Because this Oklahoma County Detention Center, misspelled purposely, mispronounced purposely, is in dire need of desperate corrections. I'm sure that point can be driven home too much more clearly than over the years as has been. Now then, for the last 18 months, my organization, Oklahoma Coalition Against People Abuse, have driven the fact and point and need home that the walls of Jericho must come down. Speaking of the county detention center, I cannot say it enough that the citizens of Oklahoma deserve more. They deserve better leadership and morality. But where is it coming from? We know that the walls of Jericho is coming down, but at the same time, there is a so-called need for it to be a bigger jail to cost more to taxpayers' dollars. Yet we know inflation is knocking us upside the head. Wow. Can't we think of some more things to do with that money? Very briefly here. Oh no! We're not going to accept a larger jail. As a matter of fact, as we speak today, I am putting paperwork together. That's right, to prevent that from actually taking to fruition. You want to know why I'm doing it? Because this means that an additional set of inmates would die more than already have occurred. This means medical access will be that much more tougher to be seen. It means that inmates will be getting their food at later days and times as they already are. It means that the days when they are let out of their cells for showers and recreation will be extended. It means an added misery, heartache, pain, suffering, and the like, which translate into more desperate, reckless inmates experiencing reckless mental health problems than already seen today. Now then, why do we want a bigger one? I'm getting ready to close. Why do we want a bigger one? Because your financier says you need it, right? That's why you're letting people go through these jail settings, dying in these deaths and things that are going on. So when they get back out, they take it out on their family, friends, and their loved ones, and thereby, and then they're already into doing deep drugs while they're in there. When they get out, the only thing they can think about, watch this one here. I've had access to drugs while I was in that jail. I can get out now. Let me go rob Harry, Pete, and Paul to get some more. Oh, but I'm encouraged. Watch this one here. Closing. Does any one of you, have you heard of the man by the name of Carlton Reeves? Neither have I until this weekend. But guess what I found out? Mr. Carlton Reeves is a federal judge in Mississippi who placed Hinds County's Raymond Detention Center into receivership. Yes. He's placed Hinds County Detention Center into receivership. What does that mean then? It's now under federal regulation and control now. I'm encouraged that the same thing needs to happen here in Oklahoma with this Oklahoma County Detention Center. Until it does, we're going to have a mass incarceration, killings, slavery, death, and on and on and on. Closing out. Why did the judge reach that conclusion that I must take over? Because of severely deficient conditions in that facility. And his words, and I close, was like this here, quoting his. After ample time, which you people have had, an opportunity, which you people have had, no, those, I mean, put them on and spin into it, I shouldn't say that. After ample time and opportunity, regrettably, it is clear that the county is incapable or unwilling. Which one is it? They're incapable or unwilling to handle its affairs. If you won't handle your affairs, someone has to handle it for you. And I can actually be that one to be that trailblazer for you. We can get spades in it. Now, last word. And thank you so much, Mr. Long. The Oklahoma County Commissioners, you've had ample time and opportunity to straighten this mess out in that reckless, flagrant, deplorable jailhouse. But you've taken authority away from the sheriff, who doesn't necessarily enough. This sheriff didn't necessarily do a great job. I know because people still dying. And you place it into the hands of a private entity laced with misfits who knows nothing about corrections, who knows nothing about human preservation. Self-preservation is the first law in nature. One word left. And I say, you, my people, must realize that there's a higher calling than you. It has its eye on everything. Let us take the measure and need and necessity to give people what they deserve. In that, thank you so much for allowing me. Hasta la vista, sir. Have a great one. I will see you again.
Any other citizens to be heard? If not, is there a motion to recess into executive session?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Your fire marshal.
Okay, is there a motion to return into regular session?
I'll move we return.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Mm.
There we go. Okay, action on item 50.
I believe items 50, 51, and 52 is either no action or proceed as discussed.
Yeah, probably proceed as discussed.
Okay, I'll proceed as discussed on item 50, 51, and 52.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 53.
I think item 53 is also proceed as discussed.
Is there a second?
Second.
What was that, a motion?
Yes, I'll move we proceed as discussed.
Still second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any other citizens to be heard? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Did you second? Are we gonna get a green button on that or no? Nope. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This shouldn't take but a second. Are you in? Freezing in here.
Yeah, it's very cold in here. How do we make it not as cold? Okay. Maybe that's a Keith question. Can you explain why it's very cold in here?
My guess is earlier when we had lots of people in here, the temperature was appropriate, and our staff looks and says, maybe it's a little warm, let's turn the thermostat down. So with an absence of people generating heat, that could be one explanation.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll call this PBA together as trustees Blumert and Mon present. Notice of the meeting was properly posted on July 28th. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of July 18th?
I'll move we approve.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the claims?
I'll move we approve our claims.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 3 is a renewal contract between PBA and BOCC on behalf of the sheriff for a deputy for the PBA properties, in particular Metro 1 and 2, in the amount of $85,673.52. I'm sorry, the encumbrance or requisition was not attached.
Is there a motion to receive the attachment?
I'll move to receive.
Second. Did you hit your button? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 7 is...
Well, wait a minute. I think we need to vote on it. Now that we've received it.
Item 3, I will move to approve.
Excuse me, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, now.
Item 4 is a report of fees for the month of June.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 5 is the Metro Parking monthly report of fees for June.
I'll move it. A bid. It's gone away. Moving number 5.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item number 6 is a contract between Waste Connections and the Public Building Authority for solid waste disposal for Metro.
I'll move it.
Is this who we've always used, or is this
No,
someone
there
new?
was a change and also an associated reduction in the price. This $855 is an annual figure. Okay,
That's it?
that's it.
And this is just for the 2 parking garages?
Yes.
Okay, I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 7, contracts for parking spaces.
I'll move approval.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 8 is a renewal lease between the PBA, the Board of County Commissioners, on behalf of the Election Board. This lease is at a rate of $13.98 per square foot and totals $22,561.93 per month.
Are all these the same?
They are all the same at the same rate with different size spaces and monthly values.
You want to approve them all, Commissioner?
Yes, that $13.98 per square foot, is that a little bit more than last year?
Yes.
Okay,
Recall that we increased the rental rate by the change in the consumer price index for the previous year.
Okay.
So, and that was a 2% or so increase.
I will move approval on these lease agreements for items 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 are all regular lease agreements.
Okay, I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any citizens wishing to speak before the PBA? Seeing none, is there any board comments? If not, is there any new business? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move we adjourn.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.